Hello, everyone. We are live from Twing Science YouTube channel, but now we have participants from all around the world. We have people from UK, Nigeria, Turkey, and this show is going to be great. We were just chatting with each other, and I love the energy that everyone has today. Just a quick reminders before we start the show. I just want to share the Twing mobile application here. As you can see, this application is full of with different kind of experiments that you can do at home with materials you can find at home. And it's pretty useful nowadays, right? So I just want you to watch this short video clip and maybe grab some experiments that are inside of the application. And please don't forget to download the Twing mobile application, and we give some daily quest, weekly quest in the application, and the winners get some of our science kits. As you know, Twing has many science kits for different age groups. This is robotic art kit, this is curiosity kit, and we have the coding kit. So if you download the application and do the experiments that we assign to you during this show, the winner gets one kit each week. So the viewers from YouTube, how you will attend the show is you will answer the questions that we direct to you from the live chat. And you just need to write the letter, and you just need to write once. If you write twice, we will accept the first choice, not the second one. So, and we will give you some specific time, and that time starts with you seeing the question at the screen, and it ends up when we say time is up. So now, after these quick reminders, I want to give the floor to Kamini and Vargini.
Hi everybody.
How you doing? So be nice to say hello. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Dr. Sunday from Imperial. Do you like to introduce, and then we're gonna get to meet our contestants today.
Hi everybody, good afternoon. Once again, we're here live for the our STEM quest. This is his third week. I believe it's growing very well. We've moved on to so many countries all over the world. And as you can see today, we have two students from Nigeria. Welcome, students. So we're going great. Thanks to Twin Science and YGA Global Royal Academy of Engineering for supporting this amazing program. Last 2 weeks, we've seen how you could think critically and how you could be very creative. But this week, we want to see how you communicate between each other. Yeah, how you collaborate between each other, so that you come up with the answers to the question we're going to be asking you. This week is going to be fantastic. What we're going to show you this week is going to be really, really good. And the whole quest is going global. Yeah, we've got the support from so many people to push us so that it goes all over the world. So every kid's all over the world will be learning something every week. So Kamini and Vargini, take it away.
Brilliant. Hi guys. So let's introduce our participants today. So we're going to start with Kian.
Hi, my name is Kian. I live in Istanbul, Turkey, and I'm in the 5th grade, and I'm happy to be here today.
Brilliant.
Let's introduce, can you say something about yourself, Luna?
I'm 9 years old and I'm in year 4, and I like playing video games.
Brilliant. Okay, let's go to Peter.
Hi everyone, my name is Peter Oton from Nigeria, and I'm gladly happy to be here today.
Brilliant.
Let's go to Amavero Victor. Victor.
My name is Aditya Victor Moro. I'm from Nigeria. I love science subjects like maths, another science subject. And I love video games.
Brilliant. And we got Mina.
Hi, my name is Mina and I'm an 8th grader in Üsküdar Middle School. I live in Istanbul and I like mathematics and science. I'm so happy to be here today.
Wow, we've got a real range of budding scientists and STEM here already, haven't we?
Brilliant, fantastic. So are we all ready to have fun? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think yes. I feel the energy that everyone has, and I am ready to actually direct the first question. The first question has a visual in front, so I will show you this picture. Wow. So what is the name of this animal that you see on the screen, guys? Mina?
I think it may be a shark. I can't remember the name.
You can remember. So it is a whale. It is a whale. It's a sea mammal. And the first question is about these magnificent guys.
Yeah, they're awesome. So whales could approximately stay 100 minutes underwater. What is the maximum depth a whale can dive to and return to the surface? A, 100 meters, B, 2,200 meters, C, 11,000 meters, D, 500 meters. Get ready, go.
Brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at your answers. Let's look at your answers in the chat. So guys, let's have a look. Let's go through this. So guys, what we would like you to do is type your answers in the chat as well, please. So let's go through this. So Keenan, so what do you think we can eliminate from these answers here? What do you think we can throw away? It's 2, you think?
I think actually it's can be C.
So that's Nina. So okay. So can you all sort of type down the answers you think it might be?
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got Mina's. We've got Luna.
Do we have
Peter?
Peter, do you put an answer down, Peter?
Host needs to unmute.
Okay.
Right. We unmute.
Okay, so let's ask Mina. So what 2 answers would you eliminate? Do you think it can't be?
I don't think that it's A or D.
Don't think it's A or D.
A or
Okay.
D.
Why? So let's have a look. Why do you think that
100 meters or
100 meters or 500 meters? Luna, why do you think it?
To B.
B. That's interesting. So
Interesting.
we're going to throw away 100 and 500. How far? Who can walk 500 meters? Put your hand up if you can walk 500 meters. Can you do that, Luna? Yeah, I think I can do that.
I can do that.
Do you think the whale can do that? Yeah.
Dive that far, yeah.
Dive that far.
Do you think that's the maximum depth? Let's have a look. I'll answer that question to Kian first. We'll go to maybe Peter. Peter, what do you think the maximum depth a whale can dive to?
I think option B.
B.
B, you think B? Interesting. All right, let's have a look at what the answer could be, shall we? So let's have a look. So we've got Luna thinks B. We've also got Peter thinking B. And let's look at the answer.
Okay, guys, the answer of this question is actually, as Luna guessed, right? It is B, 2,200 meters. But how come? I mean, it's about like 2 kilometers away, right? I need to maybe run for like 30 minutes. I need to run for 30 minutes to reach 2,200 meters. But they can dive into this depth.
How
come?
What do the whales have?
compared to us, just thinking about how, so thinking about they dive so far, that's incredibly far down, and they can breathe without, they don't need to surface for 100 minutes. They can dive that far. So what we can't, as human beings, if we were to dive down to 2,200 meters, what do you think will happen to our lungs with that amount of pressure, do you think?
Yes,
Luna.
That we could drown.
Could drown.
We
yes.
could drown because we can't hold that breath. You know how long a human being on average can hold their breath for, do you think, on average? A human being. Keon. There
was a guy, I think he held a record for 24 minutes.
yes. Yeah, he's a superhuman. Do you know what an average human can hold their breath for? How long they can hold their breath for?
Minutes?
I can't hear. Somebody said something.
Yeah, couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's about
maybe.
a minute. So it's between 45 seconds and 1 minute. Okay.
But these whales can hold it for 100 minutes. How many hours is 100 minutes? Does anyone know?
1.5 hours plus 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly
A long
right.
time.
Yeah, it's a long time. So they can hold it for a long time. So that tells you, just giving that the idea, if we were to dive down 2,200 meters, that pressure would crush our lungs. And actually, you can't have enough oxygen diffusing from the lungs into the bloodstream. So why do you think the whale might be adapted? What way are they adapted to be able to swim for so long and dive so far underwater without coming up for air? What do you think they might have more of? Where do you think they might store that oxygen if it's not in the lungs? You could, if you want to, should we ask Victor?
They have gills.
They have gills. Do you think whales have gills?
They're mammals.
What do mammals breathe with? What do we have inside us?
Because we're a mammal. Let's have a look. Lungs, yes, that's right. So they're not storing the oxygen in the lungs. So where do you think the oxygen is being stored?
Yeah.
Keon.
I'm not that sure, but whales throw like water out of their backs. I think they store
they've got a blowhole, so
without it makes the water stay.
But they're diving down and they need oxygen for their body.
What carries your oxygen around your body? Who's got an idea how oxygen?
What specialized cell transports oxygen around the body? Luna, my love.
It's in the air, so when you breathe, you get it in yourself.
Brilliant, fantastic. And what transports that oxygen around the body? Specialized cell.
What travels around our body?
That's carrying the oxygen.
Yeah,
I think Lena might be.
Lena, what do you think?
Is it a blood cell?
Brilliant. What color is that blood cell?
Is it red?
Fantastic, red. So do you think whales have more or less or the same number of red blood cells as humans?
They have more.
Fantastic. And that's the reason why they can transport more oxygen. Brilliant. Good.
And actually the time actually increases to 100 minutes because of all of these reasons, guys. So but one of the other reasons that they are able to dive to 2,000 meters is they have huge they have
Somebody said it. Tell.
Yeah, somebody said tail fins. So let's watch this video and you see the tail fins, and they can even jump out of water with this weight, and they can reach to 200 tons, guys. 200 tons. Even though since they have huge tail fins, they can do this kind of movements. They can play with themselves. They can play with us and splash too much water around. If you are able to see a whale, you are very lucky.
Fantastic.
If you are not in the water. Okay. If everyone is ready, we are moving up to the second question, guys. And again, we will watch a video, short video, and then ask questions about that video. Okay. So here is video. Please focus.
Oh,
Oh,
what's going on here? Oh, well.
So as you can see, like multiplying, we can see a sea creature, a fish. Fish gets bigger, try to escape from octopus, and then goes to the land with lots of bugs, eat them, turns into something else, which is called dinosaurs, right? So, okay, the question is about this.
Mom. We know that life started in the sea and moved to the land. Which one is true about the sea mammals? A, they never left the sea. B, they moved from the sea to the land and readapted to the sea. C, they moved from the sea to fresh water and readapted to the sea. Or D, they moved from the sea to the underground and readapted to the sea. Now, our group, you need to type your answers in the chat.
Okay, have you all typed your answers in?
Yes, Victor, is Victor gone? Victor, Peter, did you type your answers in?
yes.
You can do that? Okay.
Okay,
So let's see.
let's have a look at this then. So here we've got,
What is that? You in that clip? What was that an example of? Those organisms were changing. Do we know the key word that is a change? And an example of what was going on? We've got an idea what that was an example of.
what was it demonstrating or illustrating?
Begins with E. Yes, Peter. An idea?
I choose option D.
Can you say that
Option-
again?
Option B.
Okay,
Option B.
all right,
Okay, we'll come back. Okay, Kenan. You had a suggestion. What do you think it was showing in a cartoon way?
of the sea animals, evolution of the
Fantastic.
well done.
Fantastic, great. Okay, let's have a look at this question here. So it's about, we know it's about evolution, and the question we're just thinking about what we maybe eliminate. Okay, so we know it started it started in the sea, and then we know that they moved on to land. So looking at the sea mammals, yeah. No, Luna, explain your answer, please, my love. You said C, that they moved from the sea to fresh water and readapted to the sea. What did you think, Luna?
That it was, I think that it's C.
Did you want to explain why you're sort of thinking behind that, my love?
Because they they have to go to the sea and they they have to go to the sea, but they also have to go up to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you think it was fresh water.
Did they never leave the sea? Is that true? They never left the sea? Is that one that
No.
so we can throw that
one away. We can throw that
Okay.
away. So what about Peter? Peter, you said, what answer did you say, Peter?
He said B.
You said B. Did you want to explain why? What was your reason before saying B?
Because evolution, when they move out from the sea and they later go back to adapt in that sea again.
So they adapted on the land from the sea. Then what happened? Where did the animal? What did happen to the whales? Where did they go? Where did they go? Back into the sea or remained on the land? Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a key question.
Let's
Let's find out. There's something I wanted to ask you. So we know that the mammal, so we went from the sea to land, and then they went back to the sea. And we kind of can guess from this that actually they didn't have thinking about the adaptation to walk on land. Do you think the whales had the same adaptation to be able to walk on land? What do you need to be able to do to walk on land? Must you have? Do you have fins? What do you have instead?
Yes.
Like legs and arms, stuff you can walk on.
The legs.
Absolutely. So do you think the whale's common ancestors that were walking on land, they would have had, what happened to those legs and those tails? What would have happened to them to be able to go back into the sea? What would have happened?
They disappear.
They would have disappeared. They would be, what's that word? So for them to live or change or have features that enable them to live within a particular habitat. Mina, what's that word?
It's maybe adaptation.
Adaptation, fantastic. So we
words.
now know what the answer is, don't we?
Yeah,
What is the answer?
The answer is B. They moved from the sea to the land and we adapted to the sea. So we found the adaptation from that discussion together, actually. And I love these mammals. So they are not only like the most strangest one, but they are the biggest animals in the world. Mina, do you know the biggest animal, the largest animal in the on the land, the largest animal on the land? Which one? Do you know?
No, I don't.
No? Any one of you can guess? Which is the largest? Yeah, Kenan?
African elephants.
African elephants. And how much weight do they can reach?
5 tons.
Yeah, it's about 5-6 tons. And how large is, like, what is the maximum weight can a whale reach?
I'm not sure.
You are not sure? Any one of you guys? Just guess. Luna?
Can you ask the question again?
Luna, how much, like, what is the maximum weight and a whale can reach?
100 tons.
It is more than 100 tons. It goes up to maybe 150, 200 tons. And how come? A mammal on the land, maximum weight is 6 tons. A mammal in the sea, maximum weight is about 200 tons. So this difference actually is because of the effect of gravity. When you are on land, you are working against gravity all the time. But when you are in the sea, with the effect of lifting force of water, right, buoyancy, it gets easier to do anything, to swim, right? So this video shows that evolution process actually. And some animals were going up and to the land, and some animals with their 4 feet, they were going into the sea, and with after 40-50 million years, their feet disappeared, as Kenan said. So, okay, guys, if you are ready, we are here with question number 3. What do we see in here, Peter?
Peter, what's that?
Yeah, Luna just said it's a compass, right? And it is used to do what? Kenan?
Away.
Yeah.
Navigate. Okay, we don't see these kind of things nowadays because we have like mobile phones. But inside of those mobile phones, we have electronic compasses, right? Sensors that navigates us. So the question might be about this compass.
Okay. So let's get ready.
How should you find your? Sorry, yeah, come in, Agni. Sorry.
You're stealing my job. How can you find your latitude in the northern hemisphere without calculating the sun's angle of incidence? A, via the Polaris star. B, via the lighthouse, C, via the peak of the Himalayan mountains, or D, via the angle of the sea waves. Get ready, and our guys.
Brilliant.
Right.
Okay, guys. Well, let's get everybody's answers up. See what you've got. Okay, so I can see everybody answering the question. Brilliant. Okay, then let's have a look. I'm going to put this out. So I'm going to ask Peter. Okay, Peter. So let's look at where you are, because you're in Nigeria. So we're looking at the Northern Hemisphere, and we stress this thing, Northern Hemisphere, as opposed to Southern Hemisphere. We've got this word latitude. Okay, so latitude, and how we would describe this. So you are quite close to which part of the earth in Nigeria? So
at the center.
At the center.
You need to stop watching now. You need to stop watching now.
Did you say? No, it's at the middle. That
what do we
cuts
call
the-
that middle part of the earth? What do we call that middle part of the earth?
Amavero Victor, do you know what's the middle part of the earth that dissects the earth?
Equator. Equator.
Fantastic, fantastic. We've got the Northern Hemisphere, the Southern Hemisphere, we've got the equator. So looking at this particular question, and it's particularly looking at the hemisphere of the North and the South. And I think quite a few people have got really good answers here. So Mina, my love, so looking at the sort of Northern Hemisphere, okay, do you think the Southern Hemisphere, so we're looking at the UK, which is, and we're comparing that with Australia, do you think the UK and Australia see the same stars in the sky at the same time of the year?
Maybe yes, but not in the same time.
Okay, all right. What makes it different? So I'll just give you an answer thinking like this. I don't know if you've probably seen, when we have our summer in June, what would it be like in Australia? Kenan.
Yeah.
So how would you think the season? What season? So in June in Turkey, what season is it in Turkey? June.
I forgot the name of the season. Yeah, summer.
Well, describe the summertime. Brilliant. Okay. So Luna, when we have our summertime, Australia will have what? What season would it be?
Winter.
Winter. So why do we have summer in June, and in June in Australia they have winter? So see who can answer that question. Let's have a look. I can see Mina.
Oh, Mina.
Mina, come on, my love. Yep.
Because the Earth has an orbit around the sun, and it's like not like, yes, because in a year it turns around the sun.
Yeah.
You're nearly there.
You're nearly there. Did you hear what she just said?
Yeah,
Kenan.
Since the world is tilted and it revolves around the sun, and Turkey and Australia are on opposite sides of the Earth, when it revolves around, it changes the lighting and where the sun comes from, according to the Earth.
And you nearly got it. So
Yeah.
when the Earth spins on its what? Begins. Oh, yes. Amavera Victor, yeah.
Yes.
Since the Earth is like spherical, so it moves around, and Australia and UK, they are not like in the same place. So the way it moves, when one is facing the sun, like they will be at summer, while the other one, like they'll have another season at that place. But when it rotates again, like the season changes, so that's why it can never be the same.
Well done. That's
Brilliant.
really good.
Fantastic.
thinking.
That's really good reasoning out.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at what we can sort of look at, what we can eliminate. We can see look at the answers, so we can see that quite a few people got it right. So let's have a look. So we can eliminate from this or throw away. Which one do you think? So we said, Luna, what can we throw away from these options of these answers, do you think? That we can't definitely say it's not correct.
A.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, Kenan.
Yeah.
Which answers would you throw away?
What did he put down? Let's see.
I would throw away the
What just happened?
the via lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Yes. Why? Why would you throw that one away in particular?
Because like I think when you go up the lighthouse, it's not really like it can sometimes tell the truth, sometimes not. It can always change.
Yeah.
It changes.
What
But
does-
what doesn't change, do you think? Let's have a look.
The Polaris star.
Yes,
Absolutely.
perfect.
Good reason.
Good reasoning. Fantastic answer. So the answer is going to be
A.
A.
Well done.
Well done, guys. Well done. Great for reasoning. I'm going to see why now. I'm going to look at why. And you've explained to me, very well done, explain to me why we have different seasons, or why the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere have a different season. And that's fantastic. And does anybody know what angle the Earth is at? Anybody know that? So I can see,
Yes,
bring a hand up.
It's 23.27 degrees.
Brilliant, fantastic, good
That's
answer.
right, look
Yeah,
here.
23.5
So it's,
degrees. You can see the Earth is tilted. Fantastic.
I'm going to see how the seasons happen.
And how it orbits. So it's spinning around, hence the reason why we get our days and nights. Now look at it. Can you see how it's tilting? And can you see how we can get those different seasons in the southern and northern hemispheres? Brilliant.
Let's go.
Brilliant.
And actually, guys, when you check the Polaris star, this is like image from the same point, and it shows the annual change of the position of Polaris star, which is none. So it never changed position. And you see, this picture is captured with like long exposure to light, and we see the place of Polaris star at the middle. So all the stars here, you see, they are in like they have a shape of line. They do not like we don't see them like points, right? So that's because they are changing position, and camera is capturing this photo in maybe like 60 minutes. But the Polaris star, the position of Polaris star never changes, so it appears as dot. And now the Polaris star is part of Ursa Minor, and it is at the tip of actually Ursa Minor, and we have Ursa Major, these bears, right? So,
wow.
So these are the actually names of these stars. And now, see, well, once the world rotates around itself and around sun, one star never changes its position. And as you can see, this is the tip of the tail of Ursa Minor. And these Ursa Minors and these like stars, they shape different forms. And our zodiac signs comes from the shape and the time of the shape of the stars in different times of the year. If we are ready, we are moving to question number 4. As always, we have a video first. We have something to talk on it.
Wow.
Luna, do you know this place? Name of this place?
What's that place? What's that place called?
The
He asked you. Twing?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. We see the Stonehenge from top, and it's a good capture. Actually, the rocks seems huge and seems impossible to carry. And this Stonehenge was built around, Kenan, do you know the time? When was that built? No, just a guess. Maybe Peter, Adatomilia. Do you have a guess? What time these structures as like built? No? Luna, do you have a guess? No.
No.
No, okay. It was from 5,000 years ago. So the question is here.
Right. What was the purpose behind the construction of Stonehenge, which was built 5,000 years ago in England? A, to extract mine. B, to use as food storage during the times of drought. C, to determine the seasons via examining the sun. Or D, to use as an arena for the gladiators to fight. Off we go.
So
Put your answers
in the chat. Brilliant. Has everybody answered? Fantastic. Okay, interesting.
We've got some common things.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have.
Right, let's go to Amavero Victor. What do you think?
I think the answer should be C.
C. Have you got any understanding
Reason
why?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're thinking that?
Because he said earlier that it was established 5,000 years ago. So like definitely that time, like they don't really have wristwatches then for time and other stuff. So I think there isn't the sun there like then to examine. So it should be C.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
answer.
a really good answer. I mean,
yeah.
Just looking at that, you can see. So everybody, this is general consensus, which is great. Everybody was saying it's going to be answer C.
C.
Fantastic.
So,
it's to do with the sun.
It's pretty strange to see that people 5,000 years ago, they were building these kind of things to just determine the seasons via examining the sun. And it is pretty strange to see there are structures even earlier than this. Like people started doing this way before. But I will just show you one picture. So what time do you think this picture represents? What time of the year? Luna?
I think it represents wait, what time of the year?
What time of the year does this picture represent, do you think?
I thought you meant the time.
Okay, you can say time.
I think it's on the 3 because it's like a clock.
Nice.
That's what Amavero Victor mentioned about time.
Yeah, it's about timing.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, so if you look at it, it's actually a specific part of the year, a day in the year. That's very sort of quite important for quite a few people in the Northern Hemisphere around this time. It's around 5,000 years ago. This is a sort of a common day that everybody seemed to focus on. Can anybody guess at something? I mean, let me change that question a bit, maybe, just to help you out a bit. Looking at the equator, countries on the equator like Brazil, even Nigeria, the equator goes through Nigeria. So thinking about the lengths of the days throughout the year, how would you describe that, Peter, the lengths of the days throughout the year? So the sort of daylight and nighttime.
At the equator.
At the equator. How would you?
Are they the same or different? Peter. I think he's frozen.
I think, yeah. We have a connection problem with Peter. Okay.
Oh,
Nina,
yeah.
Nina.
I know that it's 12 hours and 12 hours night and 12 hours morning in every day.
So it's equal. Hence, brilliant. Do you think that's the same in Turkey or the UK? Or
no, because countries in the north have the longest morning on the 21st of June, while the countries in the south have it on 21st of December.
Wow,
brilliant.
Really
good reasoning. Let's come back to that picture then. So looking at this picture, what day, and this is a big thing, there's a big festival on this day in the UK. Quite a few people come to Stonehenge.
And Mina mentioned the 21st of June, didn't you, Mina? So
Yeah.
what do we call that when, yes, Mina.
I think I've heard of something called,
June has a special day when it's the longest day.
Say that
Say
again.
again, my dear, I can hear you.
I think I've heard somewhere something about equinox, something like that.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yes.
It's the summer.
Equinox.
It's equinox means equal. This is the summer, the longest. It means it's it's called the summer solstice, and this means it's the longest.
What do we know about the days?
Longest days and shortest nights.
It's the longest day and the shortest night. Brilliant.
Can I just ask, how in the Northern Hemisphere are the days, some of the countries are experiencing longer days
and shorter nights?
There are different seasons, like when the Earth and the Sun, like a specific time, different countries experience that season where summer's more longer and days are longer and nights are shorter.
Fantastic.
Well,
so we can ask Luna this question. Luna, my dear. Luna? So why is the 21st, in the UK, why is the 21st of June the longest day? Tell me about the way the Earth is facing. Yes, go for it, Luna.
Because the Earth is near the sun.
Fantastic.
Let's maybe think about, is it moved closer to the sun, or what part of the sun, planet, what part of the planet, our Earth, is closest to the sun or nearest to the sun? What did we see in that video? Yes, me.
Like the sunlight comes nearly 90 degrees in the 21st of June.
Yes.
Yes, it's much more. It's because the Earth is at that point, the northern hemisphere is facing tilted closer to the sun.
It's not moved positions, is it?
It's tilted, it's facing the sun, and it's at its shortest distance. Remember, it moves around like an elliptical shape around the sun.
Good ideas, though.
Very good ideas. Fantastic. Brilliant ideas.
So like 5,000 years ago, people built this structure in Stonehenge, but very far from UK, close to my location, some place called Urfa in Turkey. 12,000 years ago, people built this structure, which is called Göbekli Tepe. Okay, so when you look at this structure today from top, it seems like this. Okay, and just one excavation area located at the right bottom side of this picture is shown in here. And this I visited this place a year ago. The excavation place looks like this, and this is from 12,000 years ago. And we saw these carvings on the stone. They carved some animals on the stone, and this people discovered Göbekli Tepe, and it completely changed the theory of lots of historical theories about why people settled down, because it was thought before that people settled down because they started doing agriculture. But now we are seeing Göbekli Tepe, which is located in southeastern part of Turkey. People were settled down before they start agriculture for these kind of different structures. And we see the same shapes. It is like a clock at the middle. They have huge blocks. So people far from each other, 1,000 kilometers away, they came up with similar structures. So it is a very nice thing to show. There are smart people all around the world, and they might think same way. Okay, we are at number 5. Again, a video we are watching.
So we've got a structure here.
What kind of structure this is called? Peter, do you know? Adotemiva, do you know this? The type of this structure?
Looks like a pyramid.
Pyramid.
Kenan, maybe you can say.
Temple of Ika.
Sorry.
Temple of Ika.
Temple of, okay, so what you are talking about the name. This is not the Temple of Ika, but it has the same shape.
Yeah.
What is the name of the shape? It's pyramids. Yeah. So the question is about maybe the pyramids. So here we have our question number 5.
What was the intended use of the Kukulcan pyramid that was built by the Mayas at 1200 BC in Mexico? A, wholesale market hall. B, a radio station. C, a sun observatory. Or D, legume store. Remember to put your answers in the chat.
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
We have got general consensus. Fantastic. Okay, so let's have some interesting shapes here. So that shape there, somebody described that shape, didn't they? They said, what shape did we see that temple was? What's that shape? Ken?
Yeah.
Ken? A pyramid shape. So where else do we see a pyramid shape kind of building or structure? Where else in the world?
Yeah.
Amimaro?
Amavera Victor.
In Egypt, yeah. Fantastic, in Egypt. So we know they have very special kind of things. Now, this kind of temple built like that, and I'm always very amazed by the structure of it. I don't know how they created it. How tall do you think, and why do you think they might have used it? What was the aim of that temple, do you think?
Yes. Karen.
I don't know the purpose of them building it, but I heard some stuff about like after some stuff they kill people in there. I heard something like that.
Oh,
so that's interesting.
Yes.
Sometimes there are myths about ancient times.
Yeah.
People would love to write some stories. Maybe they had that those are happened, like maybe those are not. But we mostly focus on science behind everything, guys.
Yeah.
We focus on science behind everything. We like stories, but we like stories when they are nice. So, yeah.
So which answers are we really is ridiculous and we can throw them away because they don't make sense?
Make any sense whatsoever.
What one is
Can ask Luna which one would you throw away. Luna, which one would you throw away from those 4?
B.
Yeah, why?
Because radio stations weren't invented in that time.
Absolutely.
Perfect reasoning.
Anyone else got
another thing?
A way of deducing? Yes, Peter. Carry on, Peter.
Because just to know the direction of the sun.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. And we've got a common theme running through our questions, haven't we? Amavera Victor?
I'm talking about the one like that we should remove.
Pyramids.
We should remove A because like that place is too small for a marketplace.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And does anybody know what a legume is? What is a legume?
No, we want to know.
I think Amimero knows. Tell me.
Legumes, like they are crops. Like we have examples like beans, like soya beans and
the beans. Yeah, absolutely. Beans, peas. Does anybody know something else that is a legume? Because they have they've got a special name. Does anybody know why they're called legumes? Peas, beans, even groundnut is called a legume. What do they have?
that Peter saying?
It's Peter, but do you know what they have, Peter, that makes them called and classified as a lagoon?
No, you might have to do-
Ah, Amamero.
Yeah, Victor.
Yeah.
Legumes, like they also are rich in protein, like plant proteins.
Yeah, what do they have in their roots that gives them that classification? There we go, we've got a whole nice selection of legumes.
They're rich in what?
What do they have living in their roots? Somebody said it.
I think Amavera Victor said something.
What do you
there.
say, Amavera Victor? What do they have living in their roots?
No, I don't know what they have in their roots. Now I'm saying what they have in common.
What they have in common? Okay, you can tell me what they have in common.
Like they are highly rich in proteins, like plant proteins. They are rich in proteins.
Ah, that's
They're
an
very
essential
nutritious.
nutrient. Fantastic. That's why lots of vegetarians eat them. So I'll tell you, so they're very special. Why they're called legumes? They have bacteria living in these like little pods. So groundnut is this little sort of little bulbs. They look like little bulbs growing on them, and they contain bacteria. They're a home for bacteria. So they have this kind of way of living together. So the bacteria gets something from the plant, and the plant gets something from the bacteria. What's that name where two organisms live together harmoniously and they share for a common reason? What's that word?
Begins with S.
Living harmoniously together. I think Peter might know. Peter?
Where's Peter gone? No?
Begins with S.
Got an idea? You might give it.
Ah.
Oh yeah, Amavera Victor. I can see you thinking. See that thinking?
Commensalice.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard of the word? I think you're getting there. Symbiosis. Have you heard of that word?
Who's heard of that?
Yeah, whose word is symbiosis?
Well, we've learned a new word.
Should we tell you what symbiosis is? So the bacteria provide a special nutrient for the plant to grow. They produce it from the soil and the air. What nutrients do plants need to grow that bacteria is producing for the plant?
Oh, Mina.
I heard something that it might be nitrogen.
Yeah,
wow.
nitrogen, brilliant. Nitrogen. They use nitrogen and convert it into an essential nutrient, nitrate. Brilliant.
So can I just say, what do farmers want to have in grow more on their soil, on their land? What types of plants do they need
to help
because they
enrich the soil?
Which types of plants do they want? Ones with which can produce nitrogen, or which ones that don't produce nitrogen, do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Produce nitrogen.
That's it. Brilliant. Fantastic. Great answer.
Right.
Great, guys. We've gone backwards. So let's have a look what the answer is. We went off past a bit.
Yeah, the intention was to observe sun, of course, because in ancient times, we were speaking about these legumes, right? Why? Because in ancient times, this was most of the humans' diet, guys, okay? It can be stored, it can be used in winter times after like you don't have any like fruit around to eat. It is hard to hunt, so you store these things. But agriculture, it becomes more important than any time if you are storing these kind of things, because you need to grow this in summertime. That's why you need to observe sun. And this pyramid in Mexico, along many others all around the world, in Europe there are pyramids, like in Egypt there are pyramids, and these kind of structures was built to observe sun. One of the intentions was to observe sun, and we see that during the day the shadow on the pyramid changes. So the structure allows it to measure time, different times of day, different times of year. So if we're ready, we are jumping to the question number 6, guys.
Can I ask a question about the pyramid?
Of course, Kenan. Of course.
Does the pyramid have 3,000 steps? like
I think it changed from pyramid to pyramid, right? I mean, I don't know. It depends on the size, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
We could
But
find out.
some of them may have 3,000 steps. I don't know. You search for it and let us know, Kenan.
That's really interesting. That's an interesting
Yeah,
question.
the different pyramids.
So we have a cartoon, and let's watch it together. Just, yeah. Do you know the name of the character?
Yeah.
Mr. B. Yes. And
Right.
he's going for a holiday, I think, right? With his towel, and wow, this must be annoying, right? There is no place to put your towel on. Okay, Mr. Bean, he's pretty smart guy. If he couldn't find a place, he just dives in with his car and do some good for the people, do some bad for the dog. And we have Puppet Man from nowhere, but at the end he finds his place. Okay, we have Mr. Bean here, and question number 6.
Since sunbathing helps body to produce vitamin B, vitamin D, it's especially beneficial for children's bones development. What happens when we spend too much time under the sun? A, our skin glows. B, cancer and genetic disorders occur. C, our hair gets thicker. Or D, our eyes see better. Let's get going.
Fantastic. Great. Okay, let's have a look at this. So, what special pigment that's found in the skin that converts sunlight into vitamin D? Can maybe tell me the name of that pigment in the skin that converts sunlight into vitamin D? Peter? Do you know? The pigment is the special coloring. What's the name? Does anybody know?
When we're in the sun, what happens to the color of our
skin? What happens?
Is it gets dark? It's dark.
Kenan?
Say that again.
Can you say it again, Kenan?
Melanin.
Melanin, fantastic. Yeah, exactly, melanin. So melanin is the name of the pigment. So our question is about what happens if you stay too long in the sun. And I can see, so let's have a look. Let's ask.
Amara Victor.
So what do you think is happening? What will happen?
Like someone said, too much of everything is not good. So like we do get them vitamin D from the sun, but when we stay too long, like it's surely going to affect our skin. And one of the prone diseases to the skin is cancer.
Nice.
Very wise words. Too much of anything is really bad for you. Well done. That's a good link.
That's a very, very good link. So too much sun, some sun is good, but too much sun, what's it doing that is not good for us? I think, Luna, why is too much sun not good for us?
Because then like you sometimes have to have like a bit of vitamin C and other stuff, like not just vitamin D.
Okay, that's a very good important point, that we should have a balanced diet and have other vitamins as well.
What do we have to put on our skin when we go into the sun?
Direct sun to protect us.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen, well done. So Kian, I know you were about Kenan, you said an answer and I didn't hear you. Why do you think we wear sunscreen? What's it trying to do?
It provides the vitamin D to hit your skin. Like it provides it to you know,
I can see you thinking.
Way to say, like it delays the process of the vitamin D hitting your body and damaging it.
Okay. Well, I can see what you're trying to say. It's not the vitamin D. The skin produces the vitamin D because the sun rays land on it, and it turns the melanin, helps convert that sun energy into vitamin D. Right? It needs that to do that. So why do we wear sunscreen? To protect us in summer. Who can tell us that? Let's have a look. Mina, what can you tell us? Why?
I think it gets the harmful sunlight away from us.
Brilliant. So what part of the light that is harmful to our body and our skin? I'm going to ask, I think Peter knows his answer. What do you think, Peter?
Okay.
Yeah, should we go? I think we should. I think we know the answer. Go for it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, so the answer is B, and it's pretty dangerous to stay under the sun for a long time. But our body needs vitamin D, right, guys? So I just have one question. How long does it take to supply enough vitamin D for a day for you? Kenan, do you have a guess? How much is enough? We can't do without sun, but too much sun is dangerous. So how much time do we need to stay under the sun?
If it's like 12 o'clock and it's really hot outside, maybe 30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour. It's a close guess. Luna, do you have a guess, Luna, about this? Yeah, Adotemiva?
I think 4 hours.
2 hours, you say?
Yeah.
I don't suggest you to stay for 2 hours if you want to get enough vitamin D. If your purpose is to like enjoy sun, then you need to like wear some protection, right? UV light protection. For like my size, okay, if I go under the sun, stay, open my only arm and stay for 15 minutes, expose my arm only for 15 minutes, that would be enough. More than that, it will harm me. So I just want to show you which
most of us think of the sun.
Ultraviolet light. So some actually sun helps us all every time, but there are some different light spectrums that we are not able to see from sun, and one part of it called ultraviolet light, and it actually has different kind of spectrums. One of them is UVA and the other is UVB, and it actually makes you old, and also it increases the cancer. And this UVA and UVB is not good for hemoglobins, guys. So watch out. Hemoglobins, they don't like too much UV. Okay, for this question, again, we will have a video in our screens, and please watch carefully. So we have 2 arrows, 1 glass, it seems like empty. When we have glass, empty glass, arrows got smaller, and then when we have water, arrows got bigger and change direction. One of them is towards right, and the other is, wow, it is not towards right, it's towards left, and something is happening in here, guys. So the question is about this illusion kind of thing. So here's question number 7.
Why does the arrows on the paper switch directions when we pour water into the glass? A, we also switch the directions of the arrows on the paper. B, our brain switches the image for a second. C, it's pure magic. Or D, light travels between different mediums and it is refracted.
Our brain switches.
Fantastic.
I love this
I like this question. Okay, guys. So we're going to go through this, and I think we can just sort of. And what I like is majority of you got it. Everybody knows this answer. So, right, okay, let's have a look then. So let's explain this then. I am going to ask Luna to explain her answer. What did you put down, my love, for this? Can't hear you.
D.
D. Can you explain why? What is happening?
Because like the sun is like coming like in a different direction, and it's like the water like made it because it has like something in it.
Okay, so I think it'd be nice if Peter, can you explain to me what's happening to the light as it goes into the glass, into the water? What happens?
The light comes from different directions.
Different direction.
Different direction.
Building on
yeah, it's building on it, and I think Amara,
yeah, building on what.
One of the properties of light is refraction, and like different mediums have the way they refract light, and also affect speed and direction. So like the water is a medium, the light rays passing through the glass water makes the light to refract, so thereby changing the direction.
Brilliant, changes direction. That's what refraction means. What else is happening though? It's not just changing direction. What, going through the glass, going through the water, something else is happening. It's not just bending, which can happen, it's doing something else. I mean, remember, I think, Kenan, maybe you can explain it. What else is happening?
I think that water comes, like the water.
Why does that keep happening?
Because of the water's reflection kind of.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah, it's refraction. Look what's happening.
Look what happened to the image.
Look what's happened to the image. What's happening to that? The direction of the arrow. Mina, what do you think?
I think the light changes its direction when it hits the glass, and there becomes a reflection.
Becomes a refraction, yeah, so it's bending. What is the glass also acting as with the water inside it? It's not just refraction, it's not just changing direction, hence, but did you look at the size of the arrow with the water? When you filled it up with water, you compared the two sizes of the arrow, did you see there was a difference in size?
Ah, what happened to the size?
Slightly different.
Did it change? How did it change? Who have we got? Who can tell us the change in size?
Does anybody been learning about lenses at all? Has anybody learned about lenses? Let's have a look. Who have we got here?
Let's go back to
Let's go back to the panel. Peter, have you been learning about lenses at school?
Yeah.
So what does a lens do to an image?
Maybe because of the reflection of the cup with the water that changed the size of the arrow.
Changes the direction of the arrow. Yeah, I think Victor. Victor.
Lens, like we have two types of lens. We have the converging lens and diverging lens, and lens generally are like curved glasses, and the glass itself is curved. So I think that's why the size like was reduced.
Reduced? Yeah, it looked like that. So, do you know what kind of lens that glass was acting? There we go. This is a glass was acting like a convex lens. And look what it does to the image. What does it do to the image? Look at the arrow. If you go through the light passing through the center of the lens, what happens to the image in the lens, Peter? What happens?
change directions and go upside.
Direct.
Direction.
Fantastic, brilliant. Well done, guys. Fantastic
Good
answer.
thinking.
Good thinking. You can see,
Yeah.
we'll call it inverted. I can see Mr. Dr.
Yes.
Sunday. You've got
Dr.
something to say, Dr. Sunday.
Unmute.
You need to unmute.
Okay, what I was gonna say is that all of you do selfie, don't you? You take picture with your phone with selfie.
Yeah.
Next time you do a selfie, just look at the picture again. The same phenomenon applies when you take a selfie.
Oh, it's inverted.
Fantastic. It's inverted. So inverted means it's swapped around. Now, that challenge looked quite interesting, didn't it?
Yeah.
See, that challenge, I would put, so I'm thinking that this will be a great challenge for you guys to do at home. Now you know the science behind it, you can explain it. So, as you know, we have the Twing app that you can download from the Apple Store or from the Google Play. And what they have, and it'd be great if you could do this kind of challenge at home and film it and upload it to the app. And it's called Something's Wrong with This. Now, the app is free to download, and it's great. They've got these great different challenges that you can do. You upload an image, and you explain what's happening. You can win a prize, which Jian would show you.
Yeah. So actually, the question was really nice to talk on it. I believe most of you use these magnifying lenses, right? Magnifying lenses. Have you ever tried to focus sunlight into one point and burn a paper maybe with these magnifying lenses, right? So it's a similar thing actually, what we have in here. And as you, as Luna, Kenan, Mina, all of you have mentioned, so light, when it's traveling actually, it's from air, which is less dense, according to when you compare with water, when it enters to water, the light refracts, okay? So this is a very dense place. It is like me running without anyone besides me, right? And enter to crowd. And I need to change direction just not to hit to the people, right? So I need to move differently. It is a very similar thing. When photons enters to a medium from less dense air to the more dense water, actually slowing down of light waves in water due to the density of water, make them shift their direction, guys. So this was our last question, and the answer was D. Now I'm waiting from my friends to announce the winners.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
T winners of the day. Today's winners, T winners of the day. We will select 3 people who has the most right answers from YouTube live chat, and we will send science kits to them. And the winners, after announcing the winners, we kindly request them to follow Twin Science Instagram account and let us know about themselves with a direct message. And we will ask for your addresses, and we will send you some Twin kits. And if you want to be co-host in the show, like Kenan, Adatomiva, Luna, Peter, and Mina today, please send an email to us from hello@twinscience.com, and you can be here with us in next week's show. Our show next week will be at the same day, at the same time from YouTube channel. So while I am waiting, maybe Kamina and Vargini, you can evaluate to today's session with everyone.
Yeah, I really love everybody's contribution. Mina, you've got some really good ideas. Kenan, you've got some. I can see you really thinking. Luna, I think you're a budding scientist.
Yeah.
Peter, I think you've got it in you there. I really, and Amavira, Victor, I love the way you think out your reasoning. I learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm really impressed by the caliber of thinking and the reasoning. I I teach A-level science, so I teach a high level of science, and I can see these amazing scientists in front of me with such great thinking styles.
Yeah.
And I like the way you pull out ideas, reason out your ideas. Excellent communication skills today. Excellent communication skills.
Well done.
Brilliant. Well done, guys.
Keep being a scientist.
I think you've all done very, very well. And I've been observing the chat as well. Those people that have joined us from all over the world, Nigeria, Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, they've all really, really tried. A lot of very positive comments, and people are saying they've learned so much just by watching this show. So well done, the co-hosts, you've done very well. We hope to see you again soon.
Fantastic.
So Luna, what was your favorite question, Luna?
I didn't, nothing.
Nothing. Because you liked it all, or
What's
you
your
don't?
favorite question?
My favorite question was the last one.
Yeah.
The illusion one. Nice. So will you try? Will you try this at home? Will you try to do this experiment? Okay, please don't forget to upload it to Twing mobile app. There are lots of different experiments in there for all of you to enjoy, guys. So I have the list of the winners today, and I will announce them in 30 seconds. Just I want 30 seconds from you guys.
Yeah. I quite like.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and what about you? Let's talk to Victor. Alamero, what was your favorite question? What did you enjoy?
I loved the one, like, I've forgotten the name you called it again. Stone something that was built 5,000 years ago. Like the way they measured the winter, like summer, like they knew what time it was in the ancient times. Like I just love that question.
Yeah. How about you, Mina? What did you
I really like the question about the arrows.
Yeah, I did as well, because I didn't even really think that would happen.
I like the question about the animals from sea to land.
Yeah.
The
It
evolution
shows,
one.
it shows a great process. It shows a great process.
And Peter?
I don't like the question about the sun.
The sun, I did as well.
I'm
trying to get out to the sun.
I'm fascinated by that amazing civilization in Turkey. I thought that was quite amazing.
I'm going to go and see that.
I want to see that.
Okay, guys, so here are the winners of the day. We call them T-winners. Kutai GT, Olani Loye, Wasish, Arasani Palai, Kandhadai Sandeep. I hope I pronounced your name right. It was the biggest challenge of the day for me.
Very well.
It was the biggest challenge for me for today. But I think I made it. So Kutai, Olani, and Arsani Palai, please follow our Twin Science Instagram account and send a direct message with your YouTube username to us so that we can send you Twin Science kits for you to enjoy, learn with fun, guys. And I think we are finished, right?
Yay!
It was a pretty nice show with you, and we will see each other again next week on Thursday at 5 p.m. UK time again, and we will have kids from all around the world again. So big hug from me to you, and see you next week.
See you. Bye.
Bye. See you next week. Bye, everybody.